Kids See Ghosts, Kanye West animated series that will never come out. It's probably only Donald Trump who can rival Kanye West when it comes to generating headlines. Being the President of the United States gives you a bit of a media edge. Sure, but Kanye didn't make it to the White House, though he definitely had the ambition. But even without a presidency, he's mastered the art of staying one of the most talked about humans on the planet, feuding with Adidas,
Say fuck Adidas!
Making controversial political statements, dropping a song with his daughter and P. Diddy, yep, that's the same song, and setting a record for the most banned words in a music video by tossing out the N-word and H-word. Sometimes you just want to crawl inside his head to figure out what he's thinking, especially when you consider that Kanye West is one of the greatest artists of our times. His wild antics don't negate that. They kind of prove it. The world watches every move and word Kanye West posts and says, and his Ye brand makes. But today we're diving into something different, an ambitious project that never saw the light of day. We're stepping into Kanye West's metaverse to meet the characters who live there. Hi everyone, it's Doyle, back on the Artoys channel where we geek out about the designer toy industry and pop culture news. This video is all about Kids See Ghosts, the project, its players and its fate.
Artoys.
Back in 2018, Kanye West and Kid Cudi formed the super duo Kids See Ghosts. That same year, they dropped their self-titled debut album, which was a massive hit and one of the biggest, most unexpected releases of the year. Kanye and Cudi's story goes way back to 2016 when they first met at a Virgin megastore. They crossed paths again by chance at a Bape store where Cudi was working as a shop assistant and helped Kanye with his shopping. By 2008, the two were collaborating on each other's projects. Kanye, for instance, was the executive producer for Cudi's debut album, Man on the Moon. The end-of-day tracks like Kid Cudi's Sky Might Fall, produced by Kanye, showed the chemistry and the mutual respect between them. That long-standing collaboration and mutual understanding were a big reason why Kids See Ghosts hit so hard. The partnership kept rolling. In 2019, Cudi teased that the duo had a ton of unreleased material and were already working on a second album. Then on June 26, 2020, they announced Kids See Ghosts animated show. The director was none other than the legendary Japanese artist Takashi Murakami, and can you imagine this wasn't their first encounter? Murakami had designed the album covers for the 2018 album. You can spot a reference to his classic painting Manji Fuji here, as well as Kanye's solo album Graduation back in 2007. The new project aimed to go beyond music, expanding into a full-blown metaverse, a year before the NFT craze and the boom of digital art. Kanye was already thinking about characters and lore as a key to building a brand. Who's gonna say he's not a visionary now, hey? Takashi Murakami's role as director was a big deal for another reason. He's a titan in street culture, influencing countless artists and designers in the toy industry. His super flat style, rooted in traditional Japanese art, shuns 3D elements for a strictly 2D aesthetic. It's the core of his work infused with pop culture flair. His 1997 sculpture Hiropon was a game changer, an anime-style female figure with breast milk streaming from her nipples, blending flat aesthetics with a 3D form. It's a body bottom of otaku culture, post-war Japan's obsession with anime, manga, and video games, often laced with eroticism and teen sexualization. It is these aspects that Murakami satirically explores in his sculpture.
He died a long time ago.
Huh? Shame on you! What do you think you're doing?
I was just checking to see if you had a tail.
And he was one of those figures by Takashi Murakami, Miss Co2, that totally hooked Kanye West back in the 2000s. Kanye's label reached out to Murakami asking if the rapper could personally check out the sculpture. Kanye was completely mesmerized. He stood there in silence, just staring at it and snapping a ton of photos. That's how the first meeting between these two creative powerhouses went down, in the most unexpected way. Just a few months later, Kanye called Murakami again, this time to set up a collaboration. In other words, I'd argue Takashi Murakami was the Kanye West of the art world before Kanye was even a thing. Both share a drive for originality and a knack for pushing boundaries within their craft. The Kid Cudi Ghost animated series was set to be the pinnacle of their collaboration. The show followed the adventures of Kanye Bear and Kid Fox. In the announcing trailer, we see the duo heading home from school, cruising down a quiet street on bikes. Suddenly, a mystical storm rolls in, sucking them into another dimension. Watching from the sidelines is a creature that looks like a druid or a spriggan from the Elder Scrolls, clearly tied to nature. But don't be fooled by its design. In the next scene, it transforms into an aeroplane and sweeps in to save Kanye Bear and Kid Fox. Just in time too, because they're caught in a whirlwind of psychedelic creatures and nearly eaten by a dragon. The druid plane saves the day, and together they soar through an interdimensional portal. After some chaos and product placements, they land in another world at the gates of a futuristic city. The trailer itself is a work of art for sure. From the animation and direction to the fact that for the entire 2 minutes, Cudi's screaming while Kanye just hums, because Kanye Bear literally has no mouth. Yeah, the character can't talk. A bit of a world away from the real Ye. Kid Fox, Cudi's alter ego, was created specifically for the animated series. Kanye Bear, on the other hand, is an iconic figure designed by Sam Hansen, following Kanye since his 2003 debut single, Through the Wire. The bear appeared throughout Kanye's college dropout trilogy from 2004 to 2007, and initially, Kanye himself wore a mascot-style dropout bear costume. By the second album, Late Registration, the bear became a schoolboy teddy in a private school uniform standing between massive doors on the album cover to highlight his transformation. The Kanye Bear we know today took shape with Graduation in 2007, redesigned by Takashi Murakami. By the way, it was Takashi Murakami who directed the animated music video for Kanye's song Good Morning, trading the school uniform with a streetwear and high-top sneakers with colorful vinyl records in his half-closed eyes. The bear blends Murakami's super flat style, manga influences and street fashion with the character's original vibe. It's hard to think of anything more tied to Kanye West than his mascot. The bear has been part of his creative journey from the beginning, evolving alongside him. You can find all versions of the Dropout Bear as plush toys in Kanye's official store, genuine designer figures crafted by Takashi Murakami and Sam Hansen. That's the story behind Kid Cudi Ghosts. Kanye Bear had a life in the real world, but he was poised to conquer the digital one. We can only imagine what adventures Murakami and the showrunners had planned. But 2022 marked the start of Kanye's, or rather Ye's, crusade to say whatever he wanted and hate whoever he pleased. He kicked off a feud with comedian Pete Davidson, Kim Kardashian's then boyfriend after their divorce, despite previously being on good terms. In the music video for Easy, Kanye buries Pete and poses with his severed head. The issue wasn't just that, this could be seen as a threat. It's that Kid Cudi stayed friends with Pete and had no intention of cutting ties. Kanye turned on Cudi, posting on Instagram, "Just so everyone knows, Cudi will not be on Donda because he's friends with you-know-who," tagging Kim Kardashian for clarity. The bromance was over. Kid Cudi fired back saying Kanye isn't his friend anymore and condemning his behavior. That was the nail in the coffin for Kid Cudi Ghosts, killing the animated series and, unfortunately, any hopes for a second album. That same year, Kanye showed up in a White Lives Matter shirt, later made some inflammatory remarks, and professed admiration for a certain historical figure. These stunts cost him most of his sponsorship deals and got his social media account suspended. If Kid Cudi Ghosts had come out in 2025, it would have been a very different show. So what's your favorite Kanye West moment, and how do you feel about all that chaos? Drop it in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and give this video a like. And we'll see you next time.
Artoys.